And it's got an Israeli flag on it. And it's really great. It's broken down into categories. And it's really good. It's got the Hebrew, it's got the English, it's got the transliteration.
What's the name of the app?
It's Learn Hebrew. I think we talked about it before, so for a lot of conversational stuff, everyday things, tomorrow you decide to go to Israel, a lot of it's broken down into every category you can think of, and the way it will be spoken.
So we are going to try to stick to the schedule as outlined in the outline, and so Lior is asking you if you would like to, and you're able, to download the Learn Hebrew app on either the iPhone or the Google Play Store. And when we get to the spoken portion, then he's going to go into a little bit more detail on that. A few more things. We are going to be going a little bit slower. I want to apologize to everyone because I'm not a formal teacher by trade. I'm an engineer.
None of us are.
And so, thank you. I appreciate your grace, and I'm sorry for last week when I was going really, really fast. I was just so excited. I was excited, and this is something I want to do for a long time, and I have not been in a position like this in probably like 8+ years. So, does anybody need a folder? Does anyone not have a folder? Okay, let me get that to you. How about books? We have, these are the Hebrew books. If you need, does Cece come over? Yeah, you can. Here we go. All right.
I forgot my book.
Who needs a book? Did you get one?
I ordered one.
Yep.
But
Okay, it's same thing. Okay. Yes, that too. They're 15. So let me explain about the books real quick. You can't get them on Amazon. I have a few left, but you can have one today. It's $15. You just pay the congregation in one of the envelopes. Okay, and you can do it cash or on their website. So, yes, what's your question?
Not a question. I paid for it.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, so are you joining the class? Okay, great. So, yeah, just pay the congregation however. You can also, like, maybe share with someone. You guys are getting a book, right? Like, you're getting a book in the mail, but it didn't come yet.
Thank you.
Sorry, Beth. I thought it would come in time. Anyway, so you have, could you guys share, or you have one? Okay, great. All right, let's see. Who else needs a book for the class, is going to pay for it, etc.? Also, anyone else? You guys? Yes, I'll get the folders in just a second. I'm trying to get the books. Did you guys get a book? You did. Yeah, you can borrow it. All right.
I asked this table over here, but does anybody have questions or frustrated about last week, or didn't understand anything, or be truthful about the fact that you didn't look at it since last week? Yeah, I know. I didn't want to point you out. And it's all cool. There's no Hebrew police, there's no college credit, there's no anything. So, just if you had anything, if you went too fast, if you didn't understand, any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask.
For me, it was a little fast. What going on?
Yeah, we can talk among us. We're going to be a little slower. Last week was the first for us too, So it was getting people registered, giving out books. We started a little late because of all of that. So just we ask for your understand, and that's why if you have any questions or we need to repeat anything, ask.
Is this before we press on
It literally looks like Israeli flag. Learn Hebrew. Yep.
Thank you.
I mean, of course, if you guys download apps and know how to do that, it would be beneficial. If you don't, I'm sorry. If you need help, we'll help you.
Who needs a folder?
I do.
Okay, you do. Okay, some of these are complete, some of them are not. Apologize for that. Here's this. Could you do something for me? Take these. Okay, certain people like this one. Okay, so folders like this that have a paper version of this get the better one. Okay, so you need one as well and make sure that everything's in it. This one needs a few more things. But I'll get that to you. Some of them were. Yes, correct. So I'll just point it out.
That's the one I did
So
on
this one gets one, and it gets the other one too. Okay, let me take this.
I'm Laura, by the way.
Sorry. This is for. All right. You are, okay, you have that, you are missing the first page.
You're so fun to have on. Like, this is good, it's all good.
It is good, because it's gonna all work out. So we were looking. Okay, right on, I got you. I did that too, and I enjoyed that.
He also gets one of those. So, yes, thank you is Bavakasha. Bavakasha, it's your welcome. What? You are? Okay. So he gets one of these. She gets one of those as well. Everybody else have a folder? Anyone else need a folder? That's great. So he needs that as well. Okay. I am going to go over just the basic Aleph Beit. So if you want to take out this sheet, it looks like this. This is for our song. Yes. Oh. Okay. So. Okay, so excuse me is slicha. So are we going to also raise our hands like they do in Israel? Right? This is how they raise their hands. I don't know why. Do you know why? I don't know. They're just like, if you watch Shalom Sesame, you see what's his name? Yitzhak Perlman is like, in the United States we raise our hand like this, but in Israel we put our hand on the table and we raise our hands like that. It's like, hey, I know something. I don't know.
They go like this, they don't go like that.
Yeah, it's just, anyway, so what I'm going to do is I want to just say the names of the letters. Are we rolling? We're rolling? Okay, great. I want to say the names of the letters, and you have them on your sheet. So the psalm sheet, I actually put them in there, like, because they don't have them here. I put them in there. so that you would have the names of them. And this also goes to our song, and we'll do the song as well. Also, I do apologize for so many emails that I've been sending out. I'm kind of like refining all of my teacher stuff into one, and so you'll see that some things are repeated. But it's really because we have several levels of people who learn Hebrew. Some people have taken this class before with other teachers, and some people are brand new. So it's really just giving you guys resources to like enjoy as you can. If anybody here, like, they're struggling, that's okay. Two things I hope that you will get out of this class. One is the Aleph Bet song that we sing. If nothing else, you can get the Aleph Bet song, and you know that that's Aleph and that's Bet, and they're different, and then we're going from right to left. The other song that I would like you guys, I hope that you'll get, is the Shabbat Shalom song. Why? Because it's Shabbat and we want peace. So Shabbat is rest. Shabbat literally means to cease, to stop. And if we can get there, I would love to sing the song Vishamru, which means, and the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, observing the Shabbat throughout their generations as everlasting covenant. It's a sign between God, me, and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested and he was refreshed. Shabbat v'hinaflash. So Elohim, God, Shabbat. That's the verb Shabbat. So it has the bet. There's no dot. Shabbat means to cease, to stop. Noach means to rest. So Noach, like Noah in the ark, Noah means to rest. But Shabbat means to cease. So God stopped. He stopped what he was doing in creation, and v'yinafash. Nefesh is a living being, and so he was refreshed. His nefesh was refreshed, and so that's why God says that we are to stop and to cease. And you see that as defining for the children of Israel. Yes?
Something that for me that was very helpful last week was as you were saying the words, he was writing them. So there was a visual that went along with
Okay.
you see the word as well.
Yes, we'll get to that. I'm sorry, this is just kind of like off the cuff. We will try to do that. All right, I am just going to say the letters. Can everybody see this board? I want to make sure that everybody can see it. I know we have like a couple extra seats, but everybody has their stuff everywhere, so. But you know what that means? When you have your stuff everywhere, you're relaxed, it's family, it's Shabbat. It's also when you say like, how are you doing? One of the phrases is kol beseder. Kol means all. Beseder, you might recognize Seder. Passover, what does Seder mean? Order. So Seder means in. So in order. It's like everything's in order, it's fine. So it's like, you're not Mani Shma. What would you say? Like, how are you doing? Like,
What is heard?
what is heard? Mani Shma. Right.
Yeah, what is heard of you?
So, Mani Shma. Like, Mani Shma. Tov Beseder. Or Tov. Tov Meod. So anyway, sorry. Anyway, let's get back to our Aleph Bet. I'm just going to say the letters. Okay? And then you repeat after me as when I point to them. I'm going to get a little bit farther away. Can you guys see that over here? No? Okay, now that I'm here. All right, sorry. Let me put this back just a little bit. All right. So, I'm going to say the word, you repeat it. Okay? Aleph.
Aleph.
Bet.
Bet.
Vet.
Bet.
Gimel.
Gimel.
Dalet.
Dalet.
Hey.
Hey.
Vav.
Vav.
Zayin.
Zayin.
Chet.
Chet.
Tet.
Tet.
Yod.
Yod.
Kaf.
Kaf.
Chaf.
Chaf.
Lamed.
Lamed.
Mem.
Mem.
Nun.
Nun.
Samech.
Samech.
Ayin. chorus? Have you guys been listening to it at all? Some? I hope that that is helpful. Okay? So, I'm going to try to sing the song. I'll let you know we are recording it and it's going up on YouTube. And that's when I send out like some of the links. And the link that you have goes to the playlist. So if you just go to the playlist, you should be able to see all the other ones. And it's unlisted right now. We're not trying to, spread it around yet. So I'll try to sing my best that we can. But the other thing is that some of it is copyrighted. Like the Shabbat Shalom song is copyrighted. Jonathan Sattel did a very good job. I'm putting the link in there. But we can just sing the songs together. And then it's not copyrighted and, the algorithms and YouTube talking to get mad at me. All right, so also get out your Shabbat Shalom page. I'm going to take a drink of water. We have our song sheet. Do you have the sheet that's top? Flashcards? Can you grab it real quick? Yep. So last week we learned 3 letters in lesson 1. And we're going to have Fred hold it up, just hold it up nice and high. We learned, what letter is this? Sheen. Sheen. Okay, remember the dot is on the right. The dot is on the right. Seen, the dot is on the left. Seen looks like sin, and we know that sin is not right. So the dot is on the left. But this is sheen. She as in, shook as in she. That's very good. Okay? And we learned bet. Bet has the dots. It's called a dagesh. It's like he has a belly button, I'm going to say. So, bet as in boy. So when you, typically for certain letters like bet and kaf, when you have a letter, it's hard. It's a harder sound. Let's do tav, the very end of the aleph beit. Say it together, what is it? Tav. Okay, tav. Tav as in T as in tall. Okay, you'll see in your book that sometimes the tav has a dot. Now, for our class and for modern Hebrew, we are going to pronounce them both the same, whether it's a dot or not a dot. The Ashkenazi, that's the European Jews, when they have a tav and it's there's no dot, then they pronounce it like an S sound. So they'll say Shabbos. So you have people that say good Shabbos. That's where it comes from, because they believe that the original pronunciation was softer. But modern Hebrew, we don't care as much. It's just a little bit easier. It's a little confusing between that and seen and anything other samech. Anyway, so we're just going to pronounce it both the same. It makes it a lot easier. Some of us, you may have a Hebrew Bible. You may have a chumash, a stone's chumash, and it'll say sukkos. So sometimes the ending of a word has an S sound, and that's where it comes from. You might even see signs that say like, the synagogue is called Beit Yaakov, but they spell it Beis Yaakov, because Beit is house, and they pronounce it as an S sound. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And we learned the 2 vowels, patach and kamatz. That one, I actually get them confused. Kamatz, correct? Is that one? Yeah. That one's kamatz. Okay, kamatz. Looks like he has a little goatee. That's what I'm going to say. Little goatee, it makes the what sound? Sound. Okay? And then the patach, it's also an just a shorter goatee, just spread across. So they're both There's really no difference. Yes, and you can also see there is a vowel sheet that I've provided for you. Looks like this. And last week was a lot easier.
It's all in the same.
It is in the other one as well. Can you hold that up? Hold it up real quick.
The vowels are.
There are also on the right side of the other sheet. But it just depends on how you learn, and that's fine. So, alright, so So we learned the word Shabbat last week, and I'm going to just write it real quick for you. This is really small.
Where's the
I don't know. Is it in the if you can check? That's not the right way. Can you check in the classroom?
Or you need a darker marker.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Can't always preview everything on Amazon. Sorry. Kind of a last minute purchase. Shabbat Vayinasa. All right. Trying. There we go. Hope that's helpful. And then we have a top like this. All right. Anyway, so then the bet has to go to. Anyway, so we learned Shabbat last week. This week we will be learning more letters.
Wait,
and
wait. It is a doggo monkey.
Oh.
And the marker.
Okay.
No, this
I apologize.
I gave you two.
You
Just
did.
in case.
You did. Okay, is that? I hope people can see this. That is Shabbat. All right. So it turns out, Andrew, that if we play the music from Jonathan Sattel and we put it up on YouTube, that it's copyrighted. So I have to cut that out of my thing.
Isn't it just a problem if we want to make money off it?
Correct. We have a full license for streaming. So,
Okay.
Yep, so you can do it.
All right, great. I don't currently have it hooked up, but I was going to sing it because then we can sing the English together. All right, so we've done that. Let's do the song. Ready? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Pet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Hey, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav, faster. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Pet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Hey, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tav. Very good, everyone. All right, now we're going to do this song, the second one. I'll say the line, and then you guys will repeat after me. Ready? Aleph, Bet, Bet. Aleph, Bet, Bet. Gimel, Dalet, Hey. Gimel, Dalet, Hey. Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet. Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet. Yud, Kaf, Kaf. Yud, Kaf, Kaf. Lamed, Ben, Nun. Lamed, Ben, Nun. Samech, Ayin, Pei, Fei. Samech, Ayin, Pei, Fei. Sadi, Kuf, Resh. Sadi, Kuf, Resh. Shin, Sin, Ta, Bum, Bum. Shin, Sin, Ta, Bum, Bum. All right, great. Let's get on to our Shabbat Shalom words, song, which is really great because you already know one of the words. And today you're going to be learning the second word. And we also know we're just going to be going down the sheet, top to bottom on the right side. And then we'll be going up here to Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim. I will try to do the English for both of these. Something for the newbies, new people who are joining. We are going from right to left, so you'll notice there is an arrow. You guys all see that there's an arrow on the right side that's pointing to the left. Because we're going right to left. And the English looks like you're reading it backwards. And that's intentional. Sorry. It's because we want you to eventually learn the Hebrew. And you can see in this first section, I don't have all the English words below it because you know it. It's Shabbat. It's right here. All right. So, Do doot do 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 doot do 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 doot do 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 do. Go. Shabbat shalom. Hey. Shabbat shalom. Hey. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey. Shabbat shalom. Hey. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey. Shabbat 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 shalom. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael. 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 Oh, Davinu, fine. Oh, Davinu, fine. Oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, fine. Oh, Davinu, fine. Oh, Davinu, fine. Oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, fine. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. English. It is my hope and my prayer that there be peace everywhere, that there be joy for all to share. So let's praise the Lord and live a happy life. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom alechem. Ivenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim. Shalom, 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 Yerushalayim. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Jerusalem shall live in peace. Shalom. Shalom, 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 Yerushalayim. Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim. Very good, everyone. Very good. And eventually you'll be able to read all of that in Hebrew. All right, so we're done now with our singing and Aleph Beit section. We hand over to Lior, who's going to do some more speaking. Yeah.
So I mean, the big thing I was kind of just gonna do, I really like the apps that I recommended. If you guys were mostly able to download it. So it was here. It's really weird. What was the guy that, the developer? It was the guy's name was like it was very weird. So I don't know who did that or whatever, but it sounds like some Chinese guy there. So what's really nice about it, how many people got it?
Only iPhone people, because Google.
No, Google has it.
Yeah,
Google does
yeah,
have it.
tell them about your version.
So it says learn Hebrew, and it looks like that. It's there. That's it. Okay, that's. All right, I will find it for you.
Does it have a star in it?
If you have it, please open it and pull it up.
If you don't, just maybe somebody next to you.
It says learn Hebrew - beginners. BNR language. Yes, I got it. Play Store, yeah. It's in Play Store. It's learn Hebrew for dash beginners. BNR language, yes.
Does it have an arrow thing and a star and a?
It's the flag of Israel. Plain flag of Israel.
Is it
Wi-Fi
but
password?
You have to be able to download that.
I don't have it. So just, I don't have,
Ginger, do you have the Wi-Fi?
So, yep, like that, perfect.
I'll have 3%. I will create one. I'm gonna create a mobile hotspot for everyone. Okay.
No, they're back there.
It's the one that Yes. Okay. It's not. All right. It is a little different.
Yeah, it might be a little different on.
It's a little different on
Does it have all the categories?
It starts off with some. You just start off with those.
Being our
That's
languages.
the language you want.
It just starts with ratings.
Maybe.
It's by BNR, correct?
It's like being our, you said?
That's one that I have.
Okay, this is one that I go around.
Oh, yeah.
You get the one. There's a bunch of them that say like this.
They don't have American flag, it's pretty English. So I guess we have some original ones.
It seems like it's the same thing.
There is a difference.
Apologies if
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
that's not BNR. Well, I know that they will both work. I know the Android one looks very good. Yes, that's the one that I have.
One
But
of
they
them,
should both
one of
work.
them costs something.
This one is
This
free.
doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't say free, it says get.
So you can ask it in any language, like you can ask from the Spanish, I have from the English. There's a quiz you can put yourself through. There's a listening test if you want to practice where it would say something and then you would pick what you want to hear and then it would say it in Hebrew. Okay? That's just a quiz to practice when you all have extra time. But it seems like there's similar, there's ones that they use the same flag. And,
Yes. I think that's
we'll look into it a little more to make sure everybody's on the same page
I
with the
hit the
actual.
Hebrew one, I said, let's go select your language.
But there's
It's your
there's a
your
thing here on
interaction.
mine where you can pick easy, hard, to challenge yourself. And what's really nice in general about it is there's a pronunciation test. You can put stuff in your favorites. And then it's all kinds of categories. There's numbers, there's greetings, conversation, directions in place if you're one day in Israel and you want to ask where to do this or that. Time and dates, transportation. There's one for hospitality, hotel-related stuff. You know, stuff to have to do with car problems. Okay, it's all in here. Emergency stuff, going to the market, shopping, color, sports, dating.
So what's the first thing?
Nice Israeli boy.
Where should they start? What's the first thing they should do?
Well, I would say, for instance, greetings would be a good one.
Okay, so start with greetings if you have an iPhone.
Here we go.
If you have the Android, I have it. Yeah, just hit greetings.
When you open the iPhone one, looks like this. So it looks like. See, this is the little
This is
the birth pains.
Exclamation mark, word read right to left. So that's the head. Did everybody else get it? Did you guys get it? Okay, great. Good, good.
Thank you for everything.
All right, so you have the greetings. For those who have, it tells you how to say it, it pronounces it, and then it gives you tests. So that's a really great thing to practice. It'll show you the Hebrew, it'll show you the transliteration, and it'll say it for you, which is great. So greetings. You guys all know shalom. So lahitraot is goodbye. So when you guys leave today, you can say bye, or you can say lahitraot. Lahitraot.
Lahitraot is more like we'll see you again.
Yep, literally.
Because you know, you could do shalom to greet. You could say shalom, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then there's the peace shalom, right? That's to keep it simple. Because, you know, shalom, shalom. You want to talk about war and peace? So lahitraot means, like, the implication is we'll see you again. So it's kind of like goodbye, but there's an open
Until later.
see you in yes till later. See you later.
Yeah, we used to sing that song.
There's an amazing part in the Bible that says this woman is coming and she, her son is
Oh,
dying.
yeah.
And she sees this person in a way. And
Listen up, guys. Listen up.
the person says shalom, and then she says shalom like an hello, and then she says shalom again, which means goodbye because she's rushing to see Elijah to heal her son.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amusing in the Bible when you know that. I don't think the King James brings it out or any other version.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So the shorish is like ra'eh, like to see. So the implication is to see you again in the future.
Again, the shorish is the root. Shorish means root, and every Hebrew word has a 3-letter root. And even in our books, you guys will see that there's a page like this that has 3 letters. That's talking about the shorish. So when you read this, and that's for you guys to read, that's about the shorish that he's talking about.
Oh, isn't there in English a root too?
Yeah.
I didn't go to high school here, so I didn't do SAT words. But there's a root and then there's a prefix and so on, right?
Some words, but we borrow so many from other languages, it doesn't really translate well.
Yeah.
It's not 3 letters.
Okay. But in Hebrew it's usually 3 letters. And then there's the suffix, the prefix, you know, and then there's male, female, stuff you add to. There's verbs, you turn a root into a verb, so there's something in front of the word. And at the end, so do you guys have anything yourselves that you are curious about and want to ask how to say? Or let's say you just got off the plane in Israel. Like, where do I exchange money?
Where's the bathroom?
Maybe we need the air body.
And if you guys want to write this down, you may want to write it down even in English. If you want to write it down what it might be like so you can just write it in English and what it sounds like to you. So, where's the bathroom? So, AFO is where.
So in the app, you can search and ask it different things too. So it would be
Interview, tourist, emergency.
You can find it. Where's an Android?
Oh, bathroom is Shiratina.
so Shua
Question.
Yes.
I haven't found it on Android yet.
So AFO is where?
April.
AFO.
Right here, April.
Right. Right. And then another word for AFO is Hechan. So it's where. which are the other two.
Ehan.
Yeah, Echan is another word for Apho. So if you want to stick with one, that's fine. Apho is where. Okay?
A-F-O.
Where?
Apho.
Apho.
It'll be a fe. So you could say an F or a PH, either one, it doesn't matter.
You should get used to this. That's a catch.
I guess it would be like Apho. Or A-I-F-O.
Yeah.
So where? Yeah.
Or EI.
It doesn't matter, just
AFO.
Get used to this, you know.
AFO. And then can you write the transliteration of the Shirotim? Shit. So,
All right.
no, not like that, please.
Okay.
No, please don't do that. No, not the mirror image.
All right.
Okay.
Slowly. You like the you.
You, please. No double O's. Too confusing. T-I-M. So, in general, wait, oh, that's an I. Okay.
That's an accent.
Oh, it is an accent. Okay. All right. So, in general, if you ever see a U when it's a Hebrew word, it's going to be a long U. So, shirutim. There is no like.
you guys want to do numbers?
Yeah.
Numbers? If you don't have actual questions, like to ask what
we're not
Steve
gonna
can
do
answer.
We'll do that in the.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. Okay.
Shalom is hi, and then how are you? Is this the right app?
No, that's not it. You guys you have iPhone. So it looks like a Hebrew flag, but it's on a book. It's like on a square. It's turned.
It's called Learn Hebrew.
Okay.
So how about good morning?
Good morning.
You guys know that one? Right.
What was that?
Boker toe.
Boker toe. Does everyone know that?
If you don't, just say broken toe.
Alright, so what does it mean?
That's what I heard people around here do.
What does it mean, Leor?
So boker, right? Boker. So another good word is tov, right? Tov is good. So you hear mazel tov. Boker tov. Evening erev tov. So tov is always good. Right?
Say with the morning first.
Alright, make sure when you say boker, you put the accent on the first syllable. If you say boker, it means cowboy.
Oh. So it's not boker toe?
Boker toe.
Boker toe.
But see, it's a different T than the T we've learned.
Correct.
This is confusing me.
Yes, this is a tet. This is a tet. So, hold on. Let me, you guys, alright, move out of the way. Tet. I'm gonna move this up here. Maybe you can see.
Say the letters.
Tet is here. This is tet. So tet makes a T sound and tav makes a T sound. So it is kind of confusing sometimes that you have letters that make the same sounds. Just like in English, we have the F and the PH. When you transliterate things, I talked about that the Yemenites will say this without a dot, and they make a TH sound, and that's where you get the word Bethlehem, and we have to have a Beth here today. So whenever you see something that's Hebrew transliterated and it's a TH, 9 times out of 10, it's a Tav. And so if you see another T, then that's going to be Tet here. Okay?
There's a few that sound the same. So it's the tet and the tav, right? There's the vet and the vav. Okay? So eventually when people learn this stuff, it's just like in any language, you know to recognize when this is there and when that is there, okay? Then there's the chet, and then there's the vav. Yeah, so this is the right? Like a K, and this is the. So that and that sound the same. And therefore people screw up stuff and they go like, oh, it's Hanukkah, no, it's Chanukah. No, you know, people that don't know any better, they're like, how do you spell it? With an H, with a CH? Because most people can't do the, right? So that's why there's certain letters that they just carry over. Same thing, the sin and the sum. So they're very sound the same. Okay? You just have to eventually know what's what in a word or something.
There's a general rule when it comes to a bet and a vet. At the beginning of a word, that kind of helps. Bereshit. So Bereshit, it's a bet with the dot. So Bereshit, or the word Baruch, it's a B sound. But then when we do the blessing at the end, the Aaronic benediction, Yivarechecha. It's a yud and then a vet. So you might start to look at that and be like, Yivarech, what does that have to do with Baruch? But if you look at the letter structure on the right side, you'll see that it has the bet, and then it has the resh, and then the chaf. The chaf sofit at the end. So Baruch and Yivarech have the same three letters. And so if the bet is not at the beginning of the word, typically it's a vet. Okay, so that's just kind of a grammar thing to kind of pick up. Now, is it a vav? We'll have to figure that out later.
I would recommend when you see the stuff going up on the wall, that stop looking over here where the English is, and just start to try to recognize the words. You, in a way, know it by heart when we say it, by hearing it, and then you just look over to the English to confirm it. But if you know what it sounds like because we say it, just look over at the Hebrew and try to understand and put the letters together so it'll kind of make sense to you.
And when we get more letters that you guys have learned, then I'll start bringing in more Hebrew words that are in the service. And one of the songs that, if we get enough time today, we can do is Shema Yisrael. Now, it's not the full Shema that we do, but it has a lot of the words and things like that, and it's on the song sheet. And so you'll start to recognize them, and we'll have a lot of the letters once we get through the book.
I promise you, once you do that, you won't look at the English anymore. You'll just
The transliteration.
it'll click. You'll see it, you'll hear it,
And it's just
it'll come
much
more
easier.
natural. It's anything. It's a learning curve, right?
Yep.
Are we gonna learn more letters today?
Yes, we are going to learn more letters. That's a good transition to go to the book. Everyone get out your books. Lashon HaKodesh. What does Kodesh mean?
Holy.
Kodesh means holy, so Ha, when you put a Hey on the front, it means the. All right. Do you have your book by any chance? Okay. So if you guys could also be at the tables, like at the other tables here, and like helping them out. All right. So I know that I've sent out a lot of things to you guys. In the emails, you will see I have a student resource folder that has a link that goes to box.com, and I put some things up there that you guys can check out. So one thing that it has is everything that's in your folder is online in that. The second thing that it has, do you guys remember last week I gave you a bunch of notes? I took pictures of my book so that you have the notes. And so I'm really sorry that it's hard to read, but if you guys can see them and you can practice on your own, it'll help you. So that's what the emails are about. So I'm not trying to pester you, I'm trying to help. So
he's done a great job at looking up stuff. And I don't know if it's his personality or military training or whatever it is.
excitement.
Yes, he's put together a bunch of great stuff. And better than I would have done. I'm not like I'm anything special, but he's really good at that. So when you get the emails, try not to be too overwhelmed. It's just resources. You can open it up and see if you get it or not or whatever. It's like I said, there's no Hebrew police here. There's no. It's just this is fun. Okay, you have your lives, you have other stuff, people are whatever, jobs, whatever. Just chill and try to enjoy it. That's all it is. It's gonna just make your life a little better in there, so you understand more. If you're ever we do a trip again to, whoever goes to Israel or comes across an Israeli or whatever, it's just a little ammunition to have. It's not, we're not gonna learn the whole spiel, and if I try to learn Spanish, which I'm very poquito más. So I mean, I'm not going to expect to in 5 weeks but maybe I'll get numbers, letters, some words, and then what goes on in there.
Here's another thing. We have In the Streets coming up. I don't know if you've heard of In the Streets. In the Streets is where we set up a booth over on Market Street, and we have shofars and we have different things, and so you being able to just say Shabbat Shalom or Boker Tov or Aruchat Tov, which is afternoon, crazy word, but anyway, just being able to say a little bit of Hebrew, people are like, oh, what, you're not Jewish, you know Hebrew, why? And then you just get a chance to share. And I will say, we said Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am is people. Yisrael, people of Israel, live. And I was thinking about Ezekiel 37. You guys know the Valley of the Dry Bones? Yes. Okay? There's people in our congregation that I've talked to that only in recent years they found out that they have Jewish heritage. Okay? So, the bones that live it, and you guys singing it, you're reviving it, and you're speaking to the Jewish people who need us.
Yes.
Okay? Especially with everything with October 7th. Here's another thing about October 7th. That's the enemy's reaction, because the Shavuot before that, you had a worldwide prayer for Israel. You had 21 days of prayer that culminated with something like between 10 and 100 million people across the world, 24-hour prayer for Israel. And you saw videos of people in South America, in Africa, in China, who were praying for Israel. And the enemy was angry about that. They had a prayer service on the southern steps of Jerusalem. And amazingly, it rained that day. They hadn't seen rain. And there was the Orthodox who were oppressing them and yelling at them. Our Messianic friends over there saw it as favor from the Lord. Yes. And then the enemy got upset about that, and we had October 7th. Okay? And so when the greater that evil comes, the more that God's Spirit is also going to come about. And the very people came from a barren man and a barren woman. And they also, out of the ashes of the Holocaust, came and birthed the nation of Israel. Okay? So this isn't just about letters.
That's right.
It's about people's lives.
Am Yisrael Chai is a big one ever since October 7th. I mean, it's always been. But since October 7th, you see it on the dog tags that they put out. You see it on T-shirts. You see it on YouTube. Anything that you look at now that's related to what's going on, there's a lot of Am Yisrael Chai. So it should technically kind of resonate with you and be a little familiar if you just kind of read or look at some of these things.
Yeah, and so we have In the Streets, and I encourage you to come out and be at the booth to support it. We had people come up and being weird and yelling and trying to argue with us, but I was sitting there too, and we had people from our local synagogue who came up to me and they said, thank you for being here. Yeah, we were just anybody off the street. You see Huey's like, okay, blow the shofar. They don't know who they are, weirdos. I want to blow the shofar. Okay, whatever. But the shofar is a call to repentance, and it's not just for them; it's for everyone. So when you can say, hey, I believe in a Jewish rabbi, a Jewish Messiah, they're like, what? Jesus isn't Jewish, he's Christian and all this stuff. Well, it's like Yeshua. And you see that, you see in John 10, you see he was in the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah. So we can be a testimony. You just by sitting there, just by being who you are. And you don't need to be Jewish. And if you're not Jewish, that's okay. It's the Jew and Gentile, one in the Messiah, male and female, together as one. So
it's unfortunate that I'm assuming most of you, your upbringings were in the religious sense, were the way they were. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of people that are here are because they were kind of maybe fed up with their denominations or didn't feel the truth about whatever. So that's what the church was good at doing throughout the millennia, centuries, whatever, was dumbing down the whole, they broke away from Judaism, although they take with them what they want to express why things are valid. But there's, Christians out there, like, except the ones that are here or in similar, very pro-Zionistic, evangelistic churches, don't really know much about anything. I love my wife to death. She's Catholic, and she goes to church because she goes to church, and she goes through a routine, and I don't feel that people there really have a personal relationship. They just have a dogmatic, robotic way of doing things. So yeah, sometimes I listen to these homilies and I'm like, damn, you're a priest. Did you even get the point of what you're saying? So yeah, so it's kind of weird to me, but that's what the church did throughout the centuries. They just broke away and dumbed down things and removed everybody from what was really there. So when you read about in John, when Jesus is walking about the portico of Solomon or whatever, during the Festival of Lights,
dedication.
Or some say lights, some say dedication. People go, Festival of Lights, wow, that's Christmas, right? So, no, Hanukkah. But it doesn't say Hanukkah in the Bible, and it doesn't say a lot of other things that should be there. A lot of things didn't make sense to me, being Israeli, Jewish, and then coming to faith, is like I was telling somebody today. I used to hear Christians in the Christian Bible saying Capernaum or Capernaum, and I'm like, I'm from Israel, I'm from the north, I know my Galilee for the most part. What the heck is Capernaum? And then I got one of these TLVs where I have the Complete Jewish Bible by Howard Stern. The guy's name is Stern. David Stern. It just rolled up. And then I saw all the names of the disciples and the places and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's Kfar Na'um, not Capernaum. So then it makes sense to me. Now I know where it is. Now I know that, Jim or James, it's Yaakov, or, Jonathan is, so it just all made sense to me. But I have a background, and then when it makes sense to me, it clicks. But people that don't just are, I guess, and don't search, are just gullible to what they're told, and they develop ideas and biases, and I think that's where a lot of anti-Semitism comes from, and stuff like that. So just kind of expand your horizons, try to understand, ask questions, because you probably have friends that you're Messianic, or you go to a Messianic place, what the heck's that about? And just broaden their horizons.
All right, let's turn to page 8, lesson number 2. All right. Some people, hopefully you have, do you need a book?
Yes.
You need a book. I'm sorry. Here. I'm sorry. I apologize. Does anybody else need a book? Okay. All right, it's important that you have a book. All right, we are on page 8. 8, it looks like this. You see letters, I'm sorry, it's in red on your books. I have green here. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, now, I would like you to write a big L up here. Hopefully you can see that. A big L.
Next to the long one.
Huh?
The 2 green markers,
They do. I just want to make it different.
How the como una L.
Okay. Yep. If you can help your neighbor. Page 8. Write a big L. Okay. Does everybody have something to write with? Okay. You need something to write with. We have a pen. We have one extra pen.
Lamed.
Lamed.
Lior.
There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now, next to this one, I want to put a big M. M is for mem. Mem. So it's a, you'll see under there, okay, next to the words, over here next to the word, it actually has it in English and it has it in Hebrew. So over here, it'll say, you know, it'll use a mem. It'll be a lamed. Okay? Mem. It uses both letters, which is great. So below it, it says, okay? So, this one over here is also an M. It's a final mem. It goes at the end of words. We have, okay, so sometimes the noon, it looks long. Same thing with the tzadi or the,
Sufit means final.
Here it is. Good word for, with a final tzadi, eitz. Eitz chaim. We say eitz chaim hi, tree of life. So eitz is tree, and you can see that. It looks like a big Y. It'll be at the end of a word when we say eitz chaim hi, for the Torah, for the tree of life. Okay, so this is a big M, so I want you to put an M over here as well. M. All right, and then finally we have Dalet. It's a big D for Dalet. Okay, and eventually you'll be able to read these, the names of them in Hebrew. All right, we have, so write those down. Is everybody writing? You write in your book. Seriously, write in your book. It's your book, you paid for it. Please write in the book. That looks something like this. So that when you see that letter, I don't remember what that letter is. What sound does it make? Go back to your sheet. It says a dalet as in D, or delet, door. Okay. Now, yes.
So what about the candy, M&M?
Candy, M&M. Very good. Mem. So this is a regular mem. So when it's not at the end of a letter, it is this form. This is the final mem. Or you'll see it says a mem sofit. So everyone say mem sofit. Mem sofit. Mem sofit. Sofit is like the end.
And all these letters that end up here. Chaf, Sofit. Mem, Sofit. Nun, Sofit, right? Tzadik,
Sorry,
Sofit.
put a yud between the two mems.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
So Sofit just means these letters that go at the end of a word. You can't go in the middle, and then the actual letter here can't go at the end.
But see, no, this, oh, you wanted to do that?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's water. They might know that word.
Okay. Mayim. Oh, Mayim. He just said, I think it's like this. Mayim?
Yeah.
Okay. Mayim. Mayim is water. Mayim. Mayim. Yep, is water. This is how you write it in English. Usually it's M-A-Y-I-M.
Does it remind you of anybody?
He's gonna
No.
go into it.
A name of somebody.
Miriam?
Miriam.
How about Mayim Bialit?
Mayim Bialet, yes. You also said Shamayim, which is really good. Good that you picked up on Shamayim. Sometimes when you put a sheen on the front of it, it means like that. And so you have the sky is called the Shamayim, or the heavens, because they parted the waters. So you had the waters that were parted, and so what's between the Mayim and the Mayim? The Shamayim.
So you can think of it as like where rain comes from, right?
Yeah.
So Sha, Mayim, right? So water from the clouds,
Water.
heavens, whatever.
All right. I'm going to leave this up there for a bit. Okay. Now, next page. Next page, put a big L and write Lamed
Oh, that's,
at the top. You'll see it looks like this. And you want to L-A-M-E-D. Lamed. See, there's a big box. Okay. Next to it, I want you to write Lamed. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to erase this. Hope you all have it. If you forget about this, remember, go to the website and look for the notes. I've given you these notes and next week's notes for the chapter 3, lesson 3.
okay.
So go online and look for it. You will see in another box, we have,
Is that,
I need to back this up so everybody can see.